What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another allergy-ridden episode of the Trademark Podcast. I'm sitting outside. I'm currently fighting the war on pollen, and brother, I am losing that fight. We're really excited. We got Chris Carter with us today on the podcast, and we're looking forward to just a really good conversation with Chris. Chris has some really nice sunglasses that he might showcase for us later on in the episode. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Step into The Trademark, your go-to podcast for everything marketing in the trades. Hosted by award-winning industry marketing experts Sarah Ghirardo from Remarkable and Eric Thomas from Rival Digital. Together, we're here to unite the worlds of trades and marketing, bringing you insights, stories, and strategies from the heart of the industry. Whether you're a trade professional, a marketing expert, or somewhere in between, this is the place for you. Listen in as we're here for the big ideas, the game changers, and the everyday successes. Because at The Trademark, we're with the trades and for the trades.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey,
I
Sarah.
like these glasses. This is great.
So I even brought out a second pair of sunglasses. These are my cool.
They're
That
magic
was really
glasses.
cool.
They're magical.
That was
I
really
love
cool.
that. Well, Chris, thank you so much for joining us. Let's just start off with telling us all about yourself and, what you do, how you do it, and your magical ways.
Yes. Well, thank you for having me. First and foremost, I'm excited as somebody who grew up in the trades and who've got so many friends that are in the trades. I try to help them all the time. And sometimes I succeeded and sometimes I failed. But at the end of the day, we all learn something. And that's what I try to do. I'm a technologist at heart. I worked for my father's companies growing up, running old time punch press and CNC machines and different things like that for his company and trying to get them to do some of the cool whiz bang things back in the 1980s and 90s when we just learned what digital marketing, what it even was. Imagine going to DePaul University for 3 days to learn digital marketing on this new thing called a computer in 1988 or 89 and bringing it back and saying, hey, Dad, we should market. What is market? I'm selling. I'm not marketing. Okay, Dad. So now my day-to-day activities is I run technology companies. I work in promotions and advertising. I market all around my companies and go from there.
Yeah, and you also
Love it.
built AI solutions, right? Like AI automation solutions.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So I love using this thing up here that God gave me. It's called my brain. And so I use it. There's Notebook LM, there's Gemini, there's all these different chat GPTs, there's anti-gravities and all these things. And I'll go out there and I'll just think up of something and I will just talk to my best friend, which is Google Gemini. Please don't tell my wife that. She's not here. But literally, I will have conversations back and forth with it. I'll ask it questions to ask me questions to come up with marketing, promotion ideas, different things that I can build little pieces of the puzzle to help give those to others. And also to utilize that for ourselves, to sell books or to sell advertising or to sell marketing or to latch on to Google Ads or whatever the case may be. And for me, that's fun and exciting because then I can automate that process. And then I don't have to, I can, as Ron Popeil used to say, set it and forget it. And I love doing that. So it's fun for me.
Yeah, it's fun to take your vision and just create something. I feel like AI is making a world of creators, right? And even those that may have blocked themselves from saying that they are creators. Yeah, I think that's
Well, it's kind of funny you make that reference. I have a really, really good friend of mine. As a matter of fact, I just went to his daughter's wedding a couple of weeks ago. He's an electrician here in the Milwaukee, Wisconsin area. And we were joking around. I said, let's build you some promotions and advertising because Facebook, he's like, I just go on it, my wife. So I said, let's build you some advertising and let's automate this. So I was building some basic things with photos of him, his van, his people and stuff because they had completely renovated my bar for me. And so we put them all out there. And he was like, you can do that. And so it was so much fun. And we just literally used a couple tools online, had a great time with it. And now his ads are running on Facebook and through Google, and it's it's cool.
It is cool. I think it's so cool. I can't. I'm kind of addicted to it, to be honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can if you can it's like it's either from a movie or a TV show, I can't remember, but it was like, "If you can dream it, you can do it." Like,
Yes.
that's what I love about AI right now. It's like, especially now that there's, tools like Manus
Mm.
out, where you can literally just go in there and be like, "I need to create a client-facing dashboard that integrates with Ahrefs, Google Analytics, Google Search Console, Google Ads, all these different things, and they need to be able to have a login and then it just pops up, and then yeah, there's fine tuning and stuff that comes with it, but like you can and you don't even have to type it, and that's what I love too because I suck at typing, and so I just hit the
Yeah.
little microphone button. I'm just like, okay, here's what I need to do, and I just start yapping for like 30 minutes, and then I hit go, and then I come back later, and there's like something to go off of and work with, and it's amazing. I actually just this morning we replaced a tool we use called ClearScope, which helps with like optimizing content, like they were writing. Yeah, I was like, why can't we just vibe code this like and make it ourselves? We can literally just recreate this in house, and that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Exactly. That vibe coding all day, every day. I'm all about it. And I did kind of move away from some of the tools because I wanted to. I use Google Chrome because it works better for me on my Macs. Then I use my Notebook LM. Then I use my Gemini from Google. Then I use my anti gravity, which can integrate with my Lovable, so I can build landing pages and websites and all that. Literally, they all integrate together, and all I do is talk. I hit my same thing with you, Eric. I I hate typing all the time, and I just it goes from here to here without a filter.
Yeah.
Just keep going and going and going. And sometimes it's like, well, wait a second, hold on there, Chris. Do you want this? How do you want that? How do you want this to look? I'm like, well, I want it to be this color, and I want it to stand out and SEO it and AACO, and so yeah,
Yeah.
right there with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love, like, talking to it, like, in the prompt because I can be just, like, my most natural ADHD self when I'm talking to it, and I can, like, go on a full tangent and be like, "Okay," and then, like, running congruent with phase 1 of I need to be doing and then I'd be like, "Wait, no, actually, I'm just kidding, sorry, forget all of that," and I just keep talking.
Yes.
So I don't have to sit there and, like, perfect the message, I just keep yapping until it's done. I have a question, speaking of ADHD, which is something that I struggle with, as you guys can tell. How do you all this is probably a question for Sarah and Chris, since you guys are both super AI enthusiasts and into it as well. How do you overcome the element of distraction that AI can add to your day-to-day life? Because there's so many tools that it's so fun to play with and try new things. How do you overcome the distracting element of it where sometimes you get done doing something and then you scrap the whole idea and it's like, wow, I could have been doing something more productive?
Sarah, do you want to go first, or would you like me to?
Go for it. No, go for it.
So I don't. I'm like Einstein. I think everything that I do in there, because I save them all on my side, is something to gain knowledge on. I'm always trying to learn, and I'm always trying. So if my brain comes up with an idea and I am ADD, OCD, welcome to my day. My daughters have created a song for me because of the way I am. I literally just keep it. And there'll be times where I've gone days and days and weeks behind, and I look at it, I'm like, I've got an idea based on that. And I'll go back into that little chat, especially in Gemini, it keeps everything for me. And I find everything to be knowledgeable. And sure, I may go off on a tangent, but you know what? So did Einstein, and we got light bulbs out of it and other things. And I find it to be beneficial, to be honest. It just helps.
Yeah. Yeah, I do too. I mean, I think it's like I know that I saved it in a project or a structured thought, and that thought had a vision, and I trust myself enough to have that thought and vision to learn more about it. And even if I didn't implement it, which, the majority of the times I do, I'll have it vibe code directly my idea. And so it doesn't go away. Now, does that mean that my idea is absolutely right and I should implement it at this time? I think so, but I just don't because, I work in software. And so it's like, what's the balance here? But man, ChatGPT and voice, it's just that voice is where it's going, right? Because we can speak faster than we can type faster, and our thoughts change from here to here because we overthink when we type. We're like, is this the perfect keyword? Is that the perfect keyword? But when we speak, we are flow freeing, is what I like to say. But yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to my age, my ADHD. It's just always going and always on. But I do have a question for you, Chris. Like, for listeners, you said, you help people in the trades, you help them with their technology stack, but really they're understanding how to use it. What are you seeing as the most for businesses out there? Like, what is the leak in the operations kind of that needs to be fixed, especially when it comes to IT, especially when it comes to, AI? Like, what do you see out there running these businesses?
Well, first and foremost, you've got a lot of folks that don't do anything. They're still. I know of a guy that literally did my air conditioning, heating units, and still uses old school paper. He's got a little notepad and he still writes everything down. It's got great penmanship,
Similar.
phenomenal penmanship, but he still writes everything down. He puts down the code, he puts down the number, he puts down, and then he rips it off. There's your assessment. There's your payment activities. He still expects a check or cash, no credit cards, and that's fine. But you've got some of those old school guys and gals that still go out there and they don't want to use any technology. I'm a firm believer that use some of the tools. I use QuickBooks. I'm an entrepreneur, a solopreneur in different categories of my life with some of my businesses, and I use the tools that are there. I've got accounts that literally every month it's the same billing, so I literally use the AI tools in QuickBooks. Every month I know that I'm going to have X invoice is going to go to that company for the same amount. So I've got it preset. Now I do validate it because that's what you should do. The human should be the one validating all that. But at the end of the day, it takes about 2 hours off of my time that I would have wasted redoing that, duplicating and validating everything on that. That's 2 hours that I get back to do something else that I can work on some of the SOWs and some of the pieces of the puzzle that all I got to do is hit the drop down menu and that goes into there. The education, the design, the pre assessments, all those are there. So I don't have to retype everything in. And so that's all ready. So I like things like QuickBooks and stuff that makes my life easy on that. And then there's when you're going out into the field, I joke with John all the time about, so how do you know what tools and what supplies to take out there? And it's one of those things where you're literally looking at it and you're like, okay, well, why don't I have a tool? Why don't I have something on my account or my iPad or whatever? And more guys and gals are doing this. And so it works out very nicely for that. I love those automations. Those automations where we don't have to do it like we used to do 20 years ago. Man, so much easier.
What do you
Yeah.
think? What do you guys think the future of like automation tools like Zapier looks like now that like Claude's getting like their library of connectors is growing by the day. Like I'm starting to use. I mean, we still use Zapier like a ton for a lot of things, but I'm starting to use those connectors in Claude for even more.
I'm a huge fan of all of the tools, depending upon what you're going to use it for and how. I talk to companies all the time about what they're going to do with AI. Some of them are going to do just sales and marketing. Some of them are going to do automation with activities that they've got going on from their tools that they get from different components. I talked to a Snap-on guy a couple of weeks ago because he came by my next door neighbor at our office, and they've got an automobile dealership fix thing that they do. I'm not sure what they do. It's more like classic cars. And they're now using automated activities for everybody. And so I love tools that give us the flexibility to do things we want faster, bigger, better, faster, stronger. That's what I want in my life. Bigger, better, faster, stronger tools to help me do the things that I want to do. Because as a human, I can't do it just like you said. You made reference. I can't type as fast. This works faster than this, then works faster than that. I want those tools. And Claude's got great tools. Perplexity's got tools. Canva. Hell, if you're doing sales and marketing, Canva. just go out there and AI it. If you're doing presentations, go out and use Gamma once you've used your Chat GPT or your Google. I live on Gamma. I do 50 plus presentations a year, and I am constantly redoing presentations going, I want to update that. Let's do this. Let's do that. And literally within 5 minutes, it's done. So, yes, I love tools that do that automation for me.
Yeah, yeah, and I think Zapier is, uh, intelligent too, just because it connects to way more than Claude right
Mm.
now, and way more than Gemini, and way more than whatever, because you can build your MCP to connect there. So, like Google Sheets, if you're on the Google Workspace, you would need Claude to use, or you would need Zapier to use Claude and to transfer it over, is what I've found, because sometimes it doesn't read the sheet. But Gemini reads the sheet, and so you can set up. It's so cool, like what you think that might be limited, you just say, okay, well, what do I do? Like, tell me the process and what tools do I use, right? Because not every tool is going to
You
do the
just
same
ask
thing.
the tool itself. You
Yeah,
ask
I
the
do. I
tool itself.
literally ask the tool. I'm
It's
like,
gonna
hey,
help.
what's happening here?
Yep.
And some of my chats are like that. They're like, hey, dude, I don't really know what you just said to me. Very good.
Yeah. I yell at my chats once in a while. I'll be like, "Okay, where did you get that detail from? Did you make any of this up, or did you hallucinate on any of this?" And I've had it at times where I said, "Well, based upon this, this, and this, I decided that it would be probably this idea." Like, well, I need valid details. Please don't do that anymore. So,
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, most definitely. And I think that for me, one of the biggest hacks in life is the scheduled task and like the dispatch and things like that in Claude Cowork and Claude Code
yeah,
and building agents. Like I could build agents all day long, and I'm like, look what I can do. Well, I don't have to do this manual work anymore. And I think when you go back and you say, hey, they're still using a paper system and they're still tracking it, like individually, it businesses like that, unfortunately, they're going to be left behind,
oh,
and I
yes.
Mhm.
hate saying that because I want everybody to win, but at the same time, there are just these large businesses that are running enterprise companies that are going to get leaner, more efficient. They're going to have higher budgets for marketing. They're going to play in places that are diversifying their strategies to where, those the business owners that are so manual will be left behind. And they'll have those customers that'll, be their few, but to get many, you will need to lean into technology. You will need to understand that, just as you invest in a bookkeeper, you need to invest in an admin staff, an IT staff to really understand where the leaks are in the operations.
It's interesting you make that comment about how being left behind. I did an interview with a media outlet a couple of weeks ago, and I have a firm philosophy that where we're at in this cycle, we are. I'm a baseball player. That was through college and pro, so my concept is around that. We have not even walked into the clubhouse, changed into my batting gear yet to just take batting practice and fielding practice yet. I'm still waiting for the first inning to come around. Just hope CB Buckner is not my umpire behind the plate. Don't get any baseball fans out there right now. But I don't even think that and you look at the tools. Look at any of the tool sets. Hell, I was just talking with friends of mine over at Google. Google Gemini did 2 upgrades in a week for Gemini. So they're continuously improving. People give them ideas every single minute of every single day from all around the world. So, and I'm going to give Eric some recommendation that he might want to take down the umbrella over us before that thing blows away on him.
Yeah. It's
I can
it's
see it.
happened before.
It's
Yeah,
literally
it's happened before.
doesn't fly away.
Yeah. It's happened before. It's blown over. It'll happen again. It's
It'll make
alright.
for a great episode.
There you
Man,
go.
CB Buckner is terrible.
I love the AI they're using for that. Now,
Me
their
too.
AI it's really good, but it's not great because what's happening is they've got a line where it goes in and how far, but it's not necessarily if a ball comes over the front of the plate and drops, what they're having is that's the only issue that they're having, but they're going to employ more cameras. They're going to use this more. And you're right. They had over
Yeah.
850 plus calls overturned. It was horrible. Major League Baseball Umpires Association, because of that AI, is now threatening walkouts. And somebody made a comment because CB Buckner's 63 years old. Now, I didn't realize he was that old. And the first thing I said, well, first of all, when you're that old, your eyesight starts. I'm 56 and I'm using glasses and things. When you're not doing ageism, what you're doing is you're trying to perfect a game that is a kid's game played by adults. And if
Yeah.
you can't even, if you have to go through this every pitch, just put the technology in and just let it call the game. And literally,
Yeah.
they were getting results faster than the umpires in some of these cases. So yeah, CB
That's what,
Buckner. It's horrible.
yeah. I can see that being, the future where there's an
Not in the NFL.
umpireless game, and it's just
Baseball,
called.
football, so easy to
Yeah.
replace. Basketball, a little bit more some because of some of the touch fouls, but even the NFL is getting rid of their referees and bringing in substitutes, and they're going to start utilizing technology. It's so easy to be able to control that whole game via cameras and AI-based solution sets. Why not?
Yeah. 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 Why not?
I think that's the greatest question is why not?
Why?
Right? And sometimes that why not has fear in it because people don't ask why not. They're just like, well, what? Well, I don't even
Yeah.
know. Like, it's because it's not what if. What if is a great question too, because why not? What if? Those are questions to lead by, but sometimes we just say not now or no, and that's our first
Yeah.
instance, right? And we can't like, how would you tell a business that is so quick to a no or so quick to a not now when you see that maybe they need to scale or that the next step for them is automation or AI or technology stack or something to help them.
That's a great
Yeah.
question because all the time. I see companies I walk into for the first time and they're telling me about this, that, and the other. And I say, okay, so what have you started to automate? What's your technology stack currently look like? And if it's some small stack, we've gotten everybody computers and we're giving them Word and we're giving them Excel. I'm like, okay, great. But that's the dinosaur age. What are you really
Yeah.
giving your team to be successful, to help take you and your organization further? And I made reference to this to a gentleman this week here in the hometown. Somebody went to ChatGPT and uploaded a 22 tabbed Excel document. Now, first of all, that's a disgusting thing right there. Nobody needs 22 tabs on an Excel document, but it was all the finance data for 401k for their entire company, every piece of data, and they uploaded it. And I said to them, well, you do realize you just gave away all your data to ChatGPT, first of all. That's bad. You shouldn't be doing that. Second of all, what your organization really needs to do is understand that you can take that information and start using it in your organization to understand what your finances and your HR, if you're trying to do something more for your employees on a 401k basis, that structure of giving and doing more internally with tools is so much greater because then it gives you so much more freedom to be able to do things. And there's freeware and there's other things. You don't necessarily have to throw all the data up into a cloud or wherever, but then there's cloud tools. You talked earlier about the Google tools. I love Google Workspaces. Being able to leverage that. Hell, I use Google and I use the Google AI Studio. Those things alone with a Google Cloud literally run my entire business on. It's fantastic. And it's super cheap as well. I think I pay $150 a month for the entire thing and I get a yearly discount or whatever the case may be. So it's so good and so easy for everybody. And you don't have to use it all at once.
Mhm.
Start learning, take an
Yeah.
hour when you get home and just play on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just fiddle around. Tinker. I
Think-
love tinkering.
I love
I love tinkering. Well, yeah, so something that I hear a lot, with folks with AI is they'll say it's not as good as a human. And I think a lot of people forget that like AI today is the worst it's ever going to be.
Yes.
Like it's the worst it's ever going to be right now. And so, and it's changing by by the day.
Oh, yes.
Like it's the worst it's ever going to be right now. So yeah, maybe there's some areas where a human is superior.
Today is
Um,
better than yesterday. And you are so right because I consider AI and a human as part of an infinity loop. You need to tell it what you're asking and looking for. It's going to go out and get it, and then it's going to come back, and you're going to say yes, no, modify this, tweak this. So it's a constant infinity loop. And as it gets bigger and better, stronger, and listens to you and understands you and what you're asking for, you're also going to get bigger, better, faster, stronger, and understand what it's giving you. So you know that if it's false positive or if it's true and accurate, it's going to continue always being a symbiotic relationship. It's what was that movie? Oh, jeepers! I'll think of the movie. But there's a movie where the creature goes inside of them, inside of. I'll think about it. It's a
Ready
Marvel.
Player One. Creature goes. It's a Marvel movie.
It's a Marvel movie, and the
Spider
gentleman.
Man Two.
No. Oh, there you go, Spider Man. No, I'll think about it.
Yeah. So you've written several books on these kind of topics.
Hmm.
And what made you want to write these books? What, four-time Amazon bestseller. That's amazing.
Thank
Congratulations.
you. Oh,
A
okay.
ton of books. Like,
Makes me blush.
yeah, you are like a leading expert in this. And if you could give like one piece of advice to a business owner out there from all of these books and all of your knowledge, what would it be?
So my biggest piece of advice to everybody is just go out and start playing with them. Go out, and if you find something that you're doing so manual and so repetitive every day, every week, every month, every year, whatever the case may be, just go out and start looking. Download or go to your Chrome or Safari or whatever your browser is. Type in what kind of AI tools can help me with this, and just ask the questions and then start learning tools. I've got two daughters who are both nurses. They're not in the AI per se because of what their nursing degrees are. And it's kind of hard to utilize that. But I still ask them, hey guys, go out to these sites and start learning some of this. This is going to be the future. You're going to get HIPAA and you're going to get Epic and other things that are going to be in there. Just start. And once you start, even if you don't like it, you're going to be in trusting action items, and you're gonna be like, that's interesting. I wonder if I could
Yeah.
do this. I wonder if I could do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I diagnosed my mom before the doctor.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Well, you go.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, there's whatever you can do. And then it also helps me, like, as a patient or the nurse, ask what questions do I ask, right? Because, like, I
Mhm.
don't know and I want to know more. But if I ask right questions versus my chaotic thoughts, it changes the whole story. So my daughter wanted to go into nursing earlier this year as well. So yeah, and was like, why would I use AI? I'm like, why wouldn't you? Like,
Yeah.
Love it.
but yeah, I love it too. So if someone wanted to get a hold of your business and really dive into what you do and how you could help them, how would they reach out to you?
Yeah, best place is find me on LinkedIn. I love meeting up with people and having either a coffee or a bourbon. And so I will go out to and do either one with anybody. I'll talk, I'll ask questions, I'll hopefully give you some answers that maybe will make you think to go out there to the different tools. And then Venom, the movie was Venom.
Then yeah.
Symbiotic relationship. There we go. But
Yeah.
go out on LinkedIn, find me. If you want to reach out to me in any other way, go out to my websites. I'm available, and I love to meet with people. I try to help educate people a lot. I speak at over 50 plus events a year. And, I wrote those books just as you know, every you people got to pour concrete. They got to pour a flat slab, and it's got to be a clean slab, and you got to make sure everything is prepped in advance. I used to churn concrete. I used to have to carry wheelbarrows of that, and I used to work at a steel mill back in the day. So I know that you have to have the basics down first. So those books are nothing more than a basic slab of concrete to help people with their growing their houses around it.
I love that.
Love it. Well, Chris, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to join us on the podcast.
Well, I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great Good Friday and an enjoyable Easter weekend. And I'm going to go enjoy that with my family this weekend.
I love
Love
it.
it.
Have the most wonderful day. And if you're listening to the trademark and you love this episode, leave us a review. We are more than welcome to comment and reply back to you. We just want to learn how we can help you. And we'll drop Chris's information in the links as well. So thank you so much, Chris. I hope you have a wonderful weekend too.
Thank you guys. Have a great one.
Bye.